I used to get frustrated because I felt all over the place with the content and aesthetics of my brand. Every time I decided on a look, I would see another style and feel the need to change. I would go on vacation or out to eat, get a cute picture, want to post it, but couldn't because I was worried it would mess up the look of my feed. Everyone I saw on Instagram seemed to have figured out this magical formula to have a beautiful feed, and I couldn't seem to create one that was even remotely cohesive. When I first started my business, I tried to replicate what everyone else was doing and lost my style. I followed what everyone was teaching and got stuck in a pattern of analysis paralysis, feeling disconnected to my own brand. I felt disconnected because I couldn't just choose one side of me. I was many things. I'm a girly girl that loves sparkles. I live in chic athleisure wear, but I also have a little edge. So think leather leggings, stiletto heels with a pop of red lip. The problem was that I had lost my voice. It was deeply buried underneath the consumption of what everyone else was doing and what was representative of them. I would joke that you could tell what mood I was in on that day depending on the editing style I used, whether it's white, bright, and airy, or colorful, or dark and moody, or so on. It's kind of ironic that I now welcome and also teach the use of different moods within your brand, but more on that later. But then it clicked. Everyone, myself included, during that time was looking at branding all wrong. I had been living in analysis paralysis due to the overconsumption of misinformation online, following what everyone else told me that I needed to do versus following my intuition. Because of that disconnect and realization, I had to go on a journey to figure out what was off, and I spent hundreds of hours figuring it out on my own. What I didn't know at the time is that it was my brand that was the disconnect. On that journey, I learned how to connect all of the dots on how to create a cohesive and successful brand. I then replicated this formula with my one-on-one clients, which is exactly what inspired me to create Necessary. Nothing like this exists in branding, and I included every single thing in one place for you because that's something I wish I had when I got started. So let's make this easy and efficient for you. Branding is about encompassing all of you and allowing it to evolve. You can have different moods in your brand because when you know your stylistic voice, they will all have the same vibe. The vibe, that's what was missing when I first started. Every person has their own style and creative voice. No matter what you do or what you create, it all makes sense for your brand. And it will also have your mark. You'll start to see that whatever you touch, you leave a little piece of you, your vibe, your energy, or your mark. They might be totally different looks, but you can always tell when you're involved. Where I see my clients get it wrong is that they apply branding last. Where your focus should be is creating a clear brand first, and that is exactly what I'm going to teach you to do in Necessary. When you lead with your brand, it's a very simple formula. Be yourself, build your authority, and elevate your know, like, and trust factor, which will then attract your ideal client with ease. It took a while to test and evaluate my framework to know that it stood the test of time with many different kinds of brands. This isn't just about the steps to creating a cohesive Instagram feed or even a cohesive brand. This framework is teaching you the fundamentals of who you are, what you value, what your stylistic voice is, how to articulate that with the world, and then how to continue evolving it to make the impact you were meant to make in this world. My mission is to empower thousands of digital creators to change the way we see creating value in this online space by showing up authentically. I am here to help you rediscover your own creative voice and style. Necessary is broken down into 4 modules: foundation, aesthetics, creation, and launching your new identity. Each module contains 10 to 15 videos, an average of about 15 minutes each, with some videos having corresponding worksheets or immersive sensory experiences. Every last detail has been carefully curated to help solidify these trainings, teach you a new way of thinking, and implement as you go. By the end of this program, you will have built a cohesive brand that feels representative of all of you. You will also be supported through 60-minute bi-weekly group calls, which you will have lifetime access to. I'm going to teach you a new way of thinking where being on brand is second nature. It's just what you do. You won't have to set aside hours of dedicated time to focus on your brand because your brand will be woven into everything that you do. That being said, it is going to take some time to get to that point. So plan on dedicating about an hour per week to these trainings and be mindful of them throughout the week. I'm an oversharer by nature, but I value efficiency. We will be covering more in necessary than you ever knew had to do with branding. The bar has been raised and a new standard has been created. So let's quickly go over a bird's eye view of how each module works and fits together. Module 1 is about the foundation. The number one problem people tell me about their brand is it's not cohesive and it doesn't feel like them. I am here to help connect all of your dots and help you build a brand that represents all of you. A messy foundation creates a disconnected brand because the foundational elements inform every single touch point in your brand. Module 1 is about teaching you the fundamentals of building a brand and creating your signature style. We will go through how to develop a mood board, audit and evaluate your brand, discover your authentic voice while establishing your mission, vision, and core values. We'll then take it to the next level by elevating your brand perception and incorporate a full sensory brand experience. I will also introduce you to my signature foundation checks to ensure you are on brand with everything that you create. The entire goal with this module is to teach you a new way of thinking about branding. The second module is all about the use of aesthetics in your brand. Everything makes people feel a certain way. The backgrounds in your videos, the clothes you wear, the graphics you create, the colors you use, the filters and gifts you use, and so on. It's important to understand your style, not only so you can convey the right message, but also so you can outsource and stay within your zone of genius, not having to worry if the work someone is creating is cohesive with your brand. Some of what we're gonna go over is how to create mood boards and audit and gather data from them in order to inform your decisions, how to find your stylistic voice and vibe, color psychology and the use of color shades within your brand, how to find and use your silent ambassadors, what your cohesive brand elements are, finding the right editing styles, everything you need to know about planning and executing brand shoots, how to create your logo, how to find the right typography, how to create your brand board and style guidelines, and so much more. Module 3 is about teaching you how to bring all of your aesthetics to life. This is where I will teach you how to create your graphics, how to create and batch your content, and how to brand your caption. One of the most valuable parts of this module is brand shoots because my signature is creating content that will stop the scroll. We will then go through creating your customer journey, and I will teach you how to weave all of your brand stories through every touch point you develop. Module 4 is about teaching you how to implement your new look and feel. We will audit and optimize your social media channels, work on creating a launch plan and brand strategy, and then go through how to utilize your network to build your brand. I will teach you how to refresh and rebrand on your own and show you how to utilize this program to brand yourself time and time again. Your network is a key piece in growing your brand, which is why I felt it necessary to create a network as part of this program. The more people that know your name, the more referrals you receive. I've experienced this many times where I've been referred to by people who only knew of me, never experienced my work, just because my name was familiar. When you're clear about who you are and what you do, your brand works for you. People see your name often and you become omnipresent. The more you participate and utilize this network, the faster you will grow. When you post more, your name gets seen. When your name gets seen, the more people remember you. And when people remember you, you get referred. So I encourage you to maximize this experience and get your name out there in this network as much as possible. Branding is all about perception. So another great way to utilize the group aside from people getting to know you and being familiar with your brand is by keeping a pulse on your brand's perception. For example, ask questions you have about your brand, poll the group asking their thoughts about graphics you create and how it makes them feel. Ask how they feel about the colors you chose and see if they match the foundational elements of your brand. Necessary is so much more than your typical online program. It is an immersive branding experience. So let's begin.